everybody, it's Jang here from jangbricks.com with a look at a LEGO World City set from 2003. This one is the Grand Central Station. Let's focus on the core of the station itself first. I got this used off eBay and it is missing some stickers that belonged, some parallel line stickers that belonged on the windows down here at the bottom as well as at the top. But that really doesn't detract very much from the completeness and authenticity of this original set. The idea is that the train would come up here, and I'll actually show that briefly on my own incomplete layout, or I'll bring a train up here to show you the scale of it. So the train comes up on this side. This is all passenger area, so you've got kind of a ramp area for accessing it, and this is kind of the whole station structure back here, and you can go into it from this side. It's a little bit of an interesting thing, the way that they set it up to access the thing. And you see it's got some depth. This is all elevated platform here, mostly 3 pieces with 2 identical ramps and then 1 flat center section. You can get into this thing from behind, so they've really structured it like a play set with kind of the dollhouse kind of style, with just cutting right through the middle of the building, which allows you to see inside and place the minifigs in there. You can actually get your fingers in there, so that's really good. The major sections that you've got here, you've got 2 major levels. Let's start on the bottom. Over here on the bottom right, you've got your main check-in and ticketing counter, also the baggage claim section where you would put in any kind of cargo, passenger related cargo that you're going to be placing onto the train. So this is the ticketing counter itself. You would place a single minifigure who's actually an employee of the train company would be back behind there, and then a customer would come up to that desk, such as this guy who's included here. He can get his ticket, and he can also drop off any luggage that he may have, any larger luggage. And they give you a bunch of these. I'll show you more of these smaller details later. But for the luggage itself, they have an interesting little feature over here, a little chute. And you can change the angle of that. And again, another thing that I will show later in the review after we get through the major structure is this little cart. And that's just a spot where you use the chute, you use your little luggage, and you can just kind of toss that in there and it'll slide down into that, and then you can cart that off to the train. In the center of the whole thing, you've got these revolving doors, and on the back they have a nice little mechanism down here that actually uses the friction of a tire, and it's a little technique piece there. You kind of have to set it just right to get the right amount of friction, but it's just the tire rotating against this bottom piece, little big dish piece that causes the whole thing to rotate around. So it's a nice smooth little action. It'll stop in place, and you can see you've got the push stickers that are applied to some of these doors. Each of these doors is a separate piece that's just placed on top, and this is just a flat tile practically with 4 studs in the middle. And then coming over onto this side, you've got the cafe section, which is where you can pick up some food down below. Got a couple of these are actually representing decanters of dispense some drinks. You've got some ice cream or sundaes set up back here, which are ready to pick up. A little mug here, and a nice little printed piece. It's going to be a little bit hard to see there, but that's one that I personally had not seen before for the checkout register back there. Nice little piece. And then you can go up to the second floor where you actually have some seating, and this is where you can sit down and eat your meal that you picked up from the cafe down below. And we're going to skip the middle here, go to the other side, and this is just a continuation of the seating area. So you kind of have to imagine that there's a walkway that goes back here. Part of the area that's cut off would be up here on the second floor, as well as some way to actually get up there, stairs or a little escalator or something like that. Nice thing here is that they give you another mug in clear. And if I can get this to focus, there you go. That's a piece of pizza, a pizza piece, yeah, with, well, it's a whole pie, I guess, with a tan base. So it's actually using a tan colored round tile rather than the current standard of yellow. So that's something a little bit different, a little bit more realistic, not as exciting to look at, but I think it looks better than the more current yellow ones. And then here you've got your kind of engineers or controllers tower section. So your train employees or train company employees would be in here keeping track of the schedules, the arrivals and departures, and they would also be controlling the switching of tracks that are related to this rail line. So this is kind of just a main control center where there would be employees only. Got a little computer terminal over here, which is not too bad, not too bulky for its age. Remember, 2003 computers were much larger back then, but that one's kind of sleek for its day, I guess. And then up on the top, you've got a big sign. We'll look at that from the front, and you can see that's actually a sticker over multiple parts there, just a big old sticker. But it makes for a nice architectural treatment there with the different arches, you know, stuff added in just for the sake of look, not just for function there. Got these little kind of overhanging bits with the lights that are simulated underneath there to provide some lighting to the platform on darker days, and in the evening time you've got a digital clock display on both sides there. I've got a little bit of awnings here covering over these nice rounded window sections. Just a nice aesthetic to the thing in general. And down here got a couple spots that show you where you're supposed to wait, where the train is going to actually roll up, so the doors should line up right there. Some stickers on there showing it's platform number 1. This is actually really nice, but you're not really going to see it very well from this side. So let me take this entire assembly off and turn it around. Now you can see what's on there: arrivals and departures. Okay, just a couple of stickers there on the trans black panel pieces with simulated lights from up above. So again, you can see it even on darker days or in evening times. That's a very nice little assembly there. I always like these things in the train sets in general. I like those little panels and the stickers that they put onto them. And then at the far end over here, you've got one signal, which is for controlling the train, and that would be controlled by the control booth up above. But there are also a couple of little hand paddles for signaling here, which another conductor style of guy like this guy right here. Unfortunately, we only get one of this guy, but he could hold either one of those paddles to do a little bit of manual control of the traffic of the trains coming through. And we'll look at all of the minifigures later, but that takes care of the main platform and the whole station itself for right now. So far, so good, but there's a lot of other little stuff too. This is a very nice little miniature tractor and trailer unit. The way that they've put 2 points of articulation there allows this thing to really turn on a dime, just like they would in real life. That's really nice the way that that's done. Tow ball in the front and just a small turntable in the back. The whole thing is very low to the ground. It's small and light. You can have somebody riding back here if you want. You can put additional cargo back here. And they do give you all of these. All of these are included. 4 different colors of the briefcases or suitcases, whatever you want to call them. And because this was 2003, it was right on the cusp of when they were starting to switch to the new grays. So this is all old grays, old light gray. The platform was old dark gray before they went to the more bluish colors, and that's a light gray suitcase or briefcase right there. I really like this little assembly. It's really nicely done. Another thing that's included for the handling of cargo and baggage and such is just a regular dolly, a hand truck. You know, it's the standard kind of one that they do a lot, so no point in really spending much time on that. Another accessory comes with this passenger to be. I'll take a look at him with the minifigures in just a second, but nice little stickered skateboard piece. Just has a single sticker on the top. It has a little lightning look on it, and you know, it's just nice, especially for folks who like different kinds of boarding activities. This is a nice one to have in your city. All right, here are the set's minifigs, all of them together. So left to right, you've got 2 different passengers, and then you've got a chef who's going to be working the cafe at the station. You've got one kind of track worker, train worker. He's a more of a utilitarian, you know, hard worker, kind of manual labor guy. He can be involved with moving the baggage around, loading that. He can be working on the tracks doing maintenance stuff. He could be working in the control tower up above. There are a lot of different things that he could be doing. And then this guy also is obviously a train company employee. He could be working at the station, at the checkout. He could be just a conductor, checking tickets. He could be kind of helping folks around with their baggage a little bit. Also, again, a limited number of figures. I mean, 5 I think is a good number for this set for its size, but you do kind of have to use your imagination a little bit to set each of these in their place and figure out what their role will be at any given time. I love this ticket piece right here. It's a sticker on top of a 1x2 white tile. Very nice. I like that piece a lot. And you can see this passenger over here, passenger number 1, has the big backpacking backpack, and it has the blanket or a sleeping bag up at the top. It's got a little clip on the side, so you can attach some kind of, well, you can attach a weapon there, or you can attach a tool, a shovel or something. He could be going out mining, prospecting, or just hiking in general, long distance. So lots of stuff, different things he could be doing. That's a nice large accessory piece, very useful. And you can see none of these guys have prints on the back of their torsos except for this one, and also at this time none of them had second faces on the backs of their heads. As promised, here's the station actually next to some tracks. Watch your step. You definitely need to mind the gap, and the height is definitely off from the standard, so you'd need to lift that platform up a good deal. I like this set. I appreciate how complete it is, how many activities are covered here. Its size is nice, the variation of minifigs is great. It was really well done for its day, and even for today. I mean, the most recent, as of the time of this video, the most recent train station that was released in the current LEGO City line was not really a full train station. It was more like an intercity train stop. There's a newer train station coming in the second half of 2014 that will be a little bit more complete. But going back through time, this was definitely one of the better train stations that they've made, I believe. The main faults I find in this set are both related to access for the minifigs. They just don't have realistic access to get to either the first or second floors, coming in from the back of the station. And they don't give you any way to move up there, but at least everything is open. You can get your fingers in there. You can place your minifigures in each of the situations around the whole thing. It's just a very playable play set. So those are my thoughts about this old set. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to share your thoughts about this set in the comments section. I'm going to move on to building more stuff, bringing you more videos of new and old sets, as well as custom builds. Follow all my updates on my blog at jangbricks.com, and I'll talk to you again very soon.